John F. Kennedy Jr., Will Ferrell, and a parking meter are all on this day. Welcome to On This Day. Today's date is July 16th. It is the 198th day of the year. There are 160 days left in 2020, and I can hardly wait till it's over. Today is the 29th Thursday of the year, the 26th day of summer, and there are 68 days left until fall. There's no holidays today. Normally, if this is your first time here, I talk about some holiday or some observance we have or an appreciation day. Nothing today, other than being the day after tax day here in the United States for 2020. In case you're watching this years from now, because of the coronavirus pandemic, we pushed our tax day back to July 15th. It's the 16th, the day after. We all should rejoice. Unless you owe a whole bunch of money, then maybe you're not rejoicing too much. All right, let's see what July 16th has given us in the past. 1861, at the order of President Abraham Lincoln, Union troops begin a 25-mile march into Virginia, which will become the first Battle of Bull Run. This was the first major land battle of the war. Each side had about 18,000 poorly trained troops, and poorly led troops at that. It was a Confederate victory, followed by a disorganized retreat by the Union forces. This is the very beginning of the war, so, we weren't really ready to go to war. It's not like we had years and years like we have now of excellent trained soldiers. It's just farmers and hunters and such. 1915, at Treasure Island on the Delaware River in the United States, the first Order of the Arrow ceremony takes place, and the Order of the Arrow is founded to honor American Boy Scouts who best exemplify the Scout oath and law, which is pretty cool. I didn't know. I did one of these videos not too long ago, and they talked about all the different scouting organizations throughout the world. I was shocked how many there are. It's not just the Boy Scout, Cub Scout, Girl Scouts, and Brownies. There's so many other organizations like this. Kind of caught me off guard. I have no idea. 1935, the world's first parking meter is installed in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And the same day, the F word was invented. Just kidding. The meter was intended to operate on power from the battery of the parked vehicle and require connection from the vehicle to the meter. In order to park there, you had to hook up your car to the meter to park there. Anyway, however, this wasn't the ideal model, as you can imagine. But yeah, that's what they had in the beginning. 1945, the Manhattan Project. The atomic age begins when the United States successfully detonates a plutonium-based test nuclear weapon in New Mexico. It was a research and development undertaking that the world's never seen during World War II. This was insane. All the people they had doing this, and they still kept it secret to a certain degree. This was amazing. If you ever want to research something that's really, really interesting, check out the Manhattan Project. And there's a great movie about it called Fat Man and Little Boy. That was the nicknames of the two bombs, Fat Man and Little Boy, but check it out. It's pretty interesting. 1956, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus closes its last big tent show in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Due to the changing economics, the rest of the shows that they did forever were held in arenas. They quit doing them in tents. Tents were where they did them for the longest time. To this day, people still refer to a circus tent, and they don't really use some circus tents anymore. 1969, the Apollo program, Apollo 11, the first mission to land astronauts on the moon, is launched from the Kennedy Space Center at Cape Kennedy in Florida. 1979, Iraqi President Ahmad Hassan al-Barak resigns and is replaced by Saddam Hussein, and we know how famously that worked out. 1983, the Sikorsky S-61 disaster. A helicopter crashes off the Isle of Sicily, causing 20 fatalities. I remember when this one happened for some reason. That's pretty sad, though. That's a very reliable helicopter, and it just fell from the frickin' sky, I guess. 2013, as many as 27 children die and 25 others are hospitalized after eating a lunch contaminated with pesticide served at their school in eastern India. Villagers took to the streets in many parts of the district in violent protests. Because of this, the government took a series of steps to prevent any reoccurrence of such an incident. Okay, so this next one proves that it kind of sucks to be in India on July 16th. 2019, a building that was 100 years old in Mumbai, India collapses, killing at least 10 people and trapping many more. In this city, there's over 14,000 buildings over 50 years old that they consider a risk of collapse. Movies released on July 16th, 1993. Free Willy is released. That's the one about the whale, they helped it escape, the less than adequate aquarium it was being kept at. Yeah, anyway, so I have a cousin named Willy. That poor dude hasn't been able to go swimming without someone yelling Free Willy since 1993. Born on July 16th, 1967, Will Ferrell, American actor, comedian, and one of the funniest dudes on the planet. He started his career in the film industry after a stint on Saturday Night Live, and now he's known for Old School, Elf, Step Brothers, and a whole bunch of other things. I heard they're doing Step Brothers too. I don't know if that ever came out or it's still going to. Great movie, hysterical. Died on July 16th, 1999. We lost John F. Kennedy Jr., American lawyer, publisher. He died at the age of 38 in a plane crash with his wife Carolyn and his sister-in-law Lauren Bissett. Carolyn and Lauren were passengers sitting in the second row of seats. Kennedy had checked in with the control tower at Martha's Vineyard Airport, but the plane was reported missing after it failed to arrive on schedule. 3 days later, fragments of the plane were discovered, and 2 days after that, the remains were found. An autopsy revealed that, thankfully, everyone in the plane had died on impact. That's so sad. I remember when that happened. It was really depressing. That poor family, they've just never had any good luck. Well, I mean, they were presidents and attorney generals and stuff like that, but it just seems like so many of them died too early. 2017, we lost George Romero, American filmmaker. He is best known for his horror movies, Dawn of the Dead, Dark Half, and The Crazies. He died at the age of 77 due to a brief but aggressive form of lung cancer. So all that Walking Dead and stuff like that, you can thank him. All right, so that's today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Now you can go forth and be productive today. Everybody have a great day. Be nice to each other.